Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Welcome to session 2 of today's class. Please give yourself 5 minutes to fill out your attendance form. Friendly reminder again for everyone who just joined, please give yourself 5 minutes to fill out your attendance form in Civil and Learning before we start our lesson today. All right, thank you everyone for filling out your attendance. If you haven't already, you can go as we start the lesson. All right, so good morning again for everyone. Today we're gonna learn about one of the type of questions in listening comprehension test. So we have here, if you can see my screen, I wrote down here. Can you see it?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you. All right, so today we're gonna learn about detailed questions. Detailed questions is type of questions, one of the type of questions in listening comprehension that asks for factual information, or it's usually explicitly stated in the conversation or in the lecture section. So you'll find detailed questions for both academic lectures and like just basic daily conversations. How do you recognize detailed questions? This is some of the questions that I wrote down here is typically what are the detailed questions asking? Like, for example, according to the professor, what is one way that X can affect Y? So it is asking something that is actually stated in the lecture or in the conversation. So you can easily find this one. This is a bit different with inference questions. While inference questions doesn't ask you like information that's explicitly said, But for detailed questions, there's factual information from your listening materials. So you can find that by taking notes. Like you don't, sometimes in tests, you can't really choose like which important notes that you want to write. So it's good to always like practice making like as many notes as you can while you're listening, because detailed questions will ask you like most of the questions are like something that is contained in your notes usually. All right, so this is type of questions like it is asking what is X, or what resulted from the invention of the X, for example, like that. So detailed questions can be worded like which questions, or like who, where, what, why. Those are like type of questions in detailed questions. All right. So this is like the example of like the script. For example, like if you read here, this is supposedly a listening script. So you won't find it in writing like this, but I will give this as the example of like what happened in the lecture sections of the listening. So the professor basically explaining about glaciers here. These are like 2 paragraphs with like in listening. This is quick. This is probably like 1 minute or like less than that when they're speaking. So meanwhile, this is the example of the question, the script. You can find like the question type would be something like this. So what are kettle lakes? Lakes. So this is like detailed question. It is asking about the information of like the definition of kettle lakes, and you can find it from the listening itself. It doesn't like giving the implication or like unexplicitly, but this is like literally the information that are given in your listening. So, for example, I give you this one. What are kettle lakes? You can see it from the passage here. Not passage, sorry, from the listening script here. If you can see in the second section here, it is giving the Great Lakes are kettle lakes and like the additional information. So you can basically find the answer from the listening itself by taking notes of like the important information. What are the probable information when you're listening to a listening script? For example, this kind of listening is the lecture listening, not the conversation. So if you can see it from here, can you read the options, and then I'll refer you back to the listening script, and you see like which are the probable answer of this one. What are kettle lakes? Lakes that form in the center of volcano, lakes that have been damaged by the greenhouse effect, lakes formed by unusually large amounts of precipitation, and D, lakes that form when pieces of glaciers melt. Okay, and then you see the second paragraph here. Try to find like the sentence that are actually stating the answer. What are the kettle lakes? If anyone have found it, you can raise your hand and I'll see whoever can help me to answer the questions. What are the kettle lakes?
Miss, from the second paragraph, as we can see,
Yes.
it's explain about the kettle lakes. It's like based on the present, they were left over from the ice form, the Pleistocene glacier.
All right.
So in the answer we can see there's a mention about glacier. So it's maybe D.
D, okay. Thank you so much. Right, that's correct. The answer is D, lakes that form when pieces of glaciers melt. So basically the second part of the script is actually explaining the grid legs are kettle legs. So the statement that Kakajistan said, it's correct, but then the more specific one, that why we chose D as the answer, is because sorry. Yes, so they were left from the place of plastic glaciers, like that, from pieces of glaciers melt, right? This is like only like the way of like the options giving you the answer in different kind of words, but it is explicitly said here. Does anyone understand what Kakak Justin has said, or does anyone has like different explanations, different point of view?
Maybe Miss like place from, it also can, how to say, paraphrase with a piece of glacier, because place from the place to the glacier, it could be similar with a piece.
Yes, that's correct. So like in detailed questions, the question is asking about the information that you can find in the listening sections itself, the script, but then the answer, they usually do like a little bit paraphrasing there. So it doesn't give you like the exact, sometimes it can give you like the exact answer, like if it's asking for specific details such as year, like something to do with numbers, they cannot paraphrase that, but like something like glaciers piece, like this ice melting, it can be like paraphrased like this. So thank you, Kakayachi, that's correct. So you can see like this is the type of answer that you can see they do a lot of paraphrasing, not only for the correct answer but also the wrong answers. So you have to be like critically understanding like what are the passage or the script implying by connecting like all these answers together. We're gonna do later like answer analysis, so you can see like how this answer can be a distraction for you, that you could like getting confused easily because of like this paraphrasing, and like sometimes they use exact words but different meaning like in the answer sections. But you have to be focused on like the detailed question, what are the details that the question asking. For this example here, what are kettle legs? That means it is asking something factual, something from the information itself. All right, I'll give you another example of the questions, still the same script. How did the glacier affect the grid lakes? Remember, like they do like sometimes, I give you a hint here, sometimes they do like synonym, paraphrasing, but also like synonym in meaning, not like in word by word, but they can do like synonym in meaning, they do paraphrasing, they do like, they're changing some words, but still like implying the same meaning in the answer, in the answer options. So you can see the questions here. How did the glaciers affect the Great Lakes? All right, there are 4 options here. You can read it from the screen. A, they made the Great Lakes less deep. They made the Great Lakes larger. They reduced the biodiversity of the Great Lakes, and they deposited excess oil in the Great Lakes. So can you find this? How did the glacier affect the Great Lakes from the listening script?
Is it the second paragraph?
Sorry?
Second paragraph, line 1, 2, 3. Line
Yes.
3. Once the
Yes.
weight of the glacier ice decrease and the pressure decrease and the land at the bottom of the lakes rose. Start maybe. Oh, sorry.
Maybe in the
Yes.
last of first paragraph, I think.
So system in the region.
There are very critical ecosystem in the region because they support some unique biological diversity. The scattered lakes do.
Okay, all right. So what we want to focus here is the questions. It is asking for the detail of, sorry, glaciers effect, the Great Lakes. So we have like two information that we have to listen like and pay attention to. It is the glacier effect and the Great Lakes. So Kakak Sharifi said the correct answer because we want to see the information that connecting these two, the glaciers effect and the Great Lakes. For the second paragraph, we hear that the professor is stating about the Great Lakes and the Kettle Lakes, and then stating the fact about the glacier, the weight of the glacier ice decrease, and then the pressure decrease and the line of the bottom of the lakes rose. When we talking about like Great Lakes here, it's already like implying lakes here, implying the Great Lakes here. All right, because it is still saying about this fact about the Great Lakes and the Kettle Lakes. So you want to see like the information from here. That's correct, Kakak Sharifi. So from the answer itself, can you see like which one are implying the same meaning as this one? Once the weight of the glacier ice decrease and the pressure decrease, the land at the bottom of the lakes rose. Which are the answer from this whole?
Delta.
Sorry, Kaka, do you mind repeat?
D, Miss. Delta.
Should be. We made the
Okay.
Great Lakes larger.
The keyword here is the land at the bottom of the lake's rose. So you're imagining a land, like a lake, and then there's the bottom and the surface of the lake, and then the lake's rose. The bottom of the lake's rose. It makes the gap between the surface and the bottom is a bit narrow. So it means here they made the Great Lakes less deep. Imagine the bottom of the lake raising up.
Oh yeah.
That means the lakes less deep. See how they do like this kind of options. It is confusing if you like see all the four answers. So you have to like transfer the meaning from the transcript to the options, the answer options, because they do a lot of confusion here. So it's good to always like do eliminating and like connecting stuff. So when you see like thinking about it, like if I'm a visual person, so I do like imagine things when I read or while I listen. So it's when you do your notes, do with your style. Like if you're imagining something, like if you do like visualization, do it in your notes, but make sure to put like important information as well. So this one, the answer is A, because this needs a lot of like imagination as well when you're listening. So take notes, like always practice to take notes. While taking notes, you also have to imagine things. If it's like containing something like this is very like imaginary, like it's very visualization. It's different about like if we're doing technical stuff, it's hard to just to like imagine things. So you have to do a lot of like note taking as well. So it's combination like which part of like note taking your style is, but always try to like connect your answer options and then the information that you get from the script itself. Okay, if you now can go to your first activity in Sagon Line Learning. Today is 6th of November. Go to TOEFL iBT Preparation, 6th of November, and go to session 2, activity 1.
Still hidden, Miss.
I still hidden?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Miss Emma, can you help us? 1 second, guys. Can you try to refresh again, guys? Is it there?
Still hidden, Miss.
All right, sorry about that. 1 second.
The position activity, Miss.
Still hidden.
The activity 1. 1 second. I'm just gonna ask the technical team to help me with this one. All right, try again, guys.
Activity 1.
Okay, it's open now.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that. You may open your activity 1. And there is the sample script there. Please click. There's an instruction out there in the first line. Click here to download the following sample script. It's the sample script of the audio posted there. Please listen and do note taking. I'm gonna give you 1 question later. So we can see if you can actually get the information from your notes. All right. Highlight. I actually give you like the sorry. I give you the sample script there. You don't have to like write it again, but you can like do highlight in your personal device. Try highlighting the important information that you think is important, that will be like you're predicting it to be asked in the questions later. Try highlighting and see if like when I show you the question, is the answer in your highlighted part of the notes. Okay, can you download it and can you see the sample script of the audio?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
All right.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Play the audio and try highlighting the information that you think important. Okay, you can start now. All right, I'm gonna show you the questions now. Has everyone done with the audio?
Yes, miss.
That's good. All right, I'll show you the question now. Okay, this one. If you have done like your highlighting in your script, did you actually highlight the detailed questions that give this information? According to the professor, why are mobiles considered kinetic art? If anyone actually highlighted it and like have the answer, do you mind share with us? And like which part of the lecture statement that made you think so?
D, miss.
D, can you read it for us, Kaki?
On sorry, I have to go back to anyway, because the parts of the mobile are meant to move. It means example of kinetic art.
Okay, so your answer is D. They contain components that move. Okay, thank you. That's correct. That's correct. You actually can hear. Remember, detailed questions is asking you about factual information. Like here, like I told you from the previous slide, like WH questions. So it's like who, where, what, and in this case, it's asking why. So this one is the important information that you can actually hear it from like the first part of the lecture, like the professor said about this one, like another type of art that emerged, and then she gave you the example like it's sorry, sense that kinetic art is an art object with moving parts. Again, the answer they usually do paraphrasing, they usually do synonyms. So here, instead of saying moving parts, as the professor said, it is say they contain components that move. In the same sense of answer, it is correct. It's just like different the way of like giving out the information between the answer options and the lecture information. Okay, I think that's is that clear for everyone? And like, does everyone actually taking notes with this part in their highlighted part? Remember, yes,
ma'am.
that's great. Like, pay attention with like these factual forms of like why, who, where, when. Like those information is good to take notes of. Like in like, for example, in one section, one lecture, listening part, they usually have like two, like 1, 2, or 3. They don't have like more than that of detailed questions. It's like so many like there are like several type of questions in listening part, but this one will not be like more than 3 questions. So like taking information of like the sense of like you're getting the factual who, where, why, when. It's good to always like note this down, because you know there will be like some questions that will definitely ask you about these things. Okay, so we're going to our second activity. In this activity, in the second activity, can you already access the second activity? I'm gonna give you guys a file in your chat box here. It is about like the tips with the same audio from the like the previous one, but this contain like tips and like kind of like tasks that you want to highlight from the listening script itself. You can download it from, oh sorry, it's direct message. You can download it from the chat box. Can everyone open their file and see their like tips and tasks for answering correctly? I gave you there a tip and then the task, like how do you handle those kind of questions?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you. All right. So this is like from the same audio from the activity 1, but I give you this one. Please keep it for your future uses. You can like keep it in your local documents, and then answer this one. I'm gonna give you later at the end of this meeting. I'm gonna give you the paper with the answer as well. So can use it like connect it with the first script that I gave you in the activity 1. There's audio to that, but also like there is sample script, so you can see like the content and try to answer later, like when you do practice in your own time. So for this one, please read the tip 1 and then like do the task 1. Do that for like all the tip. I think I gave you 4 there. Try to see the information that actually given like how the tip direct you, and then see the correlation with the listening part. Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, and you can add later if you couldn't answer it in 5 minutes. All right, you may do your task 1 to task 4 in your own local computer. We're gonna discuss the answer later.
How many minutes do we have, Miss?
5 minutes.
Just Miss, sorry, just for task 1.
Until task 4, I give
All
you 5 minutes, but then if you need another time, I'm gonna add later. All right,
Okay,
but
Miss.
try to do it in 5 minutes for now.
Pardon me, Miss. Is it on
Yes.
Sol? Is it on Sol or the one that you sent us?
I sent you in the chat box. You can keep it in your local computer.
Okay.
Miss Febe, we have to work in group.
No, there's a miscommunication there.
Oh.
It will be in like activity 3. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
Right. This is commercial break now.
Do I need something?
All right, do you guys need more time?
Yes, miss, please adding.
All right, I'll give you 5 more minutes. Don't worry. All right, guys, how's it going? Okay, we're gonna try and answer together.
Okay.
All right, so the first tip is talking about how you should like pay attention to any repeated ideas or word that is like frequently mentioned during the lecture, during the conversation. There will be like the usually detailed question about those repeated informations. So in our first task, do you have any words or idea that you think was repeated several times by the lecturer? Anyone
Yes.
want to answer? Which word?
Yes.
About
Yes.
movement,
Yes, move.
art.
Kinetic art.
Kinetic art.
Kinetic art.
It's been several times.
Yes, that's correct.
Mobile.
So yeah, that's correct. So it's mentioning a lot about movement, kinetic art, basically like all these like definition information about movement. So that's good. And like we saw from the previous questions, like the one I show you here in front, it is asking actually about this idea, this information, like asking about movement, like kinetic art. Those are repetition, and it is actually asking the questions. So it's important to write like this detail if you hear it like several times already. All right, that's correct. Thank you very much. For the second question, second task. So in the tip, there are like expressions of giving like important details and like minor details, like something that is like barely will be asked in the questions, and like something that put emphasizing like which part that you should take notes of. So like in our listening section, like any like expression that you listen to in like giving you like this specification like in information? Is it minor details or important details? Like, do you hear anything about this? Like maybe the professor said something like, you should take note of this one, or like, this is important to remember. Do you listen to any expressions like indicating this?
Yeah,
Let
there is
me
a-
give you an example. Can be?
Yes, like from the lecture about kinetic art movement.
Yeah. How about that?
Wait.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah, oh, okay, let me go. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Okay.
No. It's set on fifth line.
Yeah, yes. Let me give you examples. Actually, like giving example, but like emphasizing information that are important, usually like indicating, but stay, write this down, or like the professor will direct you to do something about this information. So in this case, maybe
Oh, and the last one.
you should like
Last.
listen to, yes. Please,
The
Kakak
last.
Sharifi,
Yeah, the last
which
one.
one?
You don't really have to know that blah 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 much about that. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's one.
that's minor detail. Yes, that's correct. That's part of like minor detail. What about the yeah? What about can you listen to any important details? Like
Yes.
which
Yes.
one?
Yes, Miss.
This is important.
This is
Oh, yeah.
important.
Yeah, so this is important.
Line
Yes.
14, maybe.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, so when you listen to that, make sure you take notes. There will be like big chance, it's not like 100% guaranteed, but there will be like big chance that this will be asked in the questions. Okay, so when you do note taking, do this trick, like taking repeated information and like for example, like this emphasizing about the importance of one information. All right, that's great, guys. But this exercises we're actually still using like the script. When you go to like listening test, there will be no script, so you have to like go into details by yourself, like by listening, and then do your note taking. You don't do highlight. This one is just to help you to understand the concept first, and then when you do practice, you have to go like with audio only. All right.
Miss Phoebe,
Yes.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. So in listening, is there any details that exactly the same with like, for example, the expression for important details in listening?
In listening, there are like lectures that do state this information, like put direct you to do something about the information, like taking these notes, pay attention, this is important. It's just to indicate that you should take note of this information. This is really important. And detailed question types is asking about this kind of information, asking about factual detailed information from your listening script. So when you take notes of like this just the tips to help you to note down like which one that you should know the information that will have big chance will be asking the question. It's not always there, but if it's there, make sure you take note of it. Okay, so like this detailed questions will be asking you about these factual things, so write those down if you hear about this. This is like indication of which part you should know and which part that you shouldn't really like pay attention. Okay, it's not always there. It's not always there like in listening script, but many times it does. So knowing these tips will help you. Okay, tips number 3. Watch out for exact word matches. Like a word can be like exactly the same in these answer options, but then it doesn't really like contain information that are given in the lecture. So it's distraction. Same exact words, but no implication or whatsoever. It has nothing to do, like there's no information, there's no factual information from your listening section, but it's there in your answer options just to, when people skip listening, like when they don't really pay attention of this, like the meaning, like the concept of one sentences, they usually go for like the exact words that they heard from the listening. But it doesn't actually give you the answer. It's not really the answer. It's just distraction sometimes. So know the words, but also like understand the whole meaning, because like word by word can be like a big it's a big distraction that can get you, choosing the wrong answer just because it has the same exact words. Like from these questions from in front of here, which which of this that are actually contain the word that is said exactly the same from the lecture, but then it has nothing to do like from the like with the information given by the lecturer.
The last statement, maybe.
Oh, this one is actually the answer that we said before. Because the professor said like kinetic arts is something that moves like that move, like with moving parts. So D is the answer. This is the correct answer. But you see, like from the 3 wrong answers, which are the answer that say that having like the same word, but then it has nothing to do with the listening section you just heard.
Maybe I think
A, Miss.
it just explain about they can move from place to place, but we don't know exactly what's the meaning of that.
But
I
is
think
it
it's C.
said?
I agree with you, Kakak HC.
I think C.
All right. Okay. Yes. The answer is actually C. Like when you see like they can be moved from place to place. Is there like an information from the script? Can you find it for me, Kakechi?
It's number A.
Yes, for the number A. This is they why we chose C, because it said like the exact words, it's exact word matches, but it has like nothing to do with the passage at all. Like all these 3, they're not like the answer, but then the distractions is from the word match. Okay, what we want to difference here is like the kinetic part is moving.
Moving
As we
parts.
said, yes, as we said before, like these words repeated several times. Kinetic movement, kinetic art, it is repeated, but then like kinetic means moving. It is a big distraction, because you will think like this is the correct answer, because it says a lot about like kinetic and movement. It is the word matches, but it's not the correct answer. While they can be moved from place to place, it doesn't really like indicating a word match, because it's like giving the meaning. But then kinetic means moving. It's about the word matches distraction. Like in the first tip we said, note down the repeated information, the repeated word, right?
Yeah.
But then when you see the answer options, there is this word that is repeated several times, but it actually has no information from the passage. You see what we means about like watch out for word matches. It's big distraction. From A and B, you can easily say like, oh, I can't find it. But like when you see kinetic means moving, okay, this is kind of makes sense. But there is no information about it from the listening section. How is it, everyone? Can you understand that part?
Yes, the point is distraction.
Yes, the point is watch out for word matches that distract you. It's usually like contain the exact words that makes you think, I think this is the correct answer because this is repeated several times. But then remember, pay attention of the correlation of the meaning of the lecture sections. Okay. What about the 4th tips? Make guesses related to the main idea if you're unsure. Detailed questions are often asked about supporting details for main points. If you're stuck, choosing the answer option that coincides with the main idea of the lecture or conversation might be a good guessing strategy. So this is about like guessing strategy if you're like lost. Like sometimes the supporting idea, it's correlating back to the main idea. It can help you like when you understand like the professor said about like kinetic art, mobiles is kinetic art because it contains element that moves. But then like there are like important supporting details as well. After that, when you couldn't really know which are the exact answer, you can guess from the main idea. All right. It helps you. Okay. So task 4, which answer option on task 3 is most closely related to the main topic of the lecture? Okay. The same question actually. We'll share it with you guys again. Okay, which answer options? That is mostly closely related to the main ideas. Imagine you don't know the answer, like you have this 4, but when you listen to the lectures, you see like which are the closest to the main idea. The important information, main idea is usually stating in the first part of the, if it's a passage, the first part of the paragraph, or like the first part of the listing. They usually give you the main idea first and then go to the support, like giving you examples, like elaborate the meaning. So if you don't know the answer of these questions, try guessing, try choose like the answer that is very closely related to the main idea. All right. Can you understand it? Like why we choose D here? Because when you see like the first 10 minutes of the lecture is actually already giving you the idea of like why is kinetic, or why is it indicated as why is mobility is it is stated as kinetic art, because it moves. That are the main ideas, and then you can guess like choosing like eliminating the answer that is not really close to the idea, to the main idea, and then choosing the one that is very related to the main idea. So from these 4, you can easily see this one, D, they contain components that move, because it's basically about the kinetic art movement.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. So choosing this one will be your strategy. If you're, for example, you skip this one, you don't like take notes of this part, you can guess it. Okay. Like those are helping you in like getting your answer in detailed questions. Okay, now we're gonna do like activity 3. It's a group activity. It's actually, you're gonna do answer analysis, like see like which questions is correct. You will get the answer later while you're choosing, and then you see why this is correct, why this is incorrect. Please discuss it with your group, and then like do your analysis, like put it like in simple sentences. You can write it like in your own notes, and then we're gonna discuss it later. All right.
Miss, I'm sorry, interrupt you.
Yes.
For tax 4, the answer is
Task 4.
yeah.
Oh, all right. The task
Yeah.
4 is, the answer is D. We already answered this one, but
D.
D. Okay, the answer is D. Why we guess this one is because you see like the correlation, the closest meaning of these 4 answers. D is the closest to the main idea. When it's talking about kinetic art, it's talking about movement. So the one that are like very closely related will be they contain components that move. This is the guessing strategy if you're lost, like if you don't have notes about this one. You want to choose the answer that is very close to the main idea. Okay, so the answer is D. Why? Because it is very close to like kinetic arts movement, something like that. So it's the answer. All right. Okay, so we're gonna enter the breakout room, and you guys can open your activity 3. In your group, please discuss, like answer, and then discuss why each questions, like why each answer option is wrong or right. All right. Okay.
This activity 3.
Yes, activity 3. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, let us hear this audio first.
Okay, Kakak Victor and Kakak Shirley. If you done it, please let us know.
Sorry, I have still hearing, but you can continue to try answer and then we'll discuss. Okay. Okay, I'm finished. So let's discuss.
Kakak, can you wait just a little bit? I have to finish the class number.
Okay.
harp sport because he mentioned about harp.
Yes, harp is, I mean, yeah, piano is, it comes from, actually the first one is harp, after that
Yeah, how?
piano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the question is it's about early pianos.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The previous one, yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be they replace the
Actually,
harp
did you listen? I mean, it is replaced, or maybe it did not replace, but maybe I mean, because harp is still here, right? Replace mean harp is not used anymore.
Yeah, it's replaced with the piano.
If it is replaced, it means that harp is not used anymore, was not used anymore. But I don't listen actually that that information, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
But you know that we need to find the purposing, the purpose. For example, in the past, the only person that can use the piano is only the wealthy one, because you know it's very expensive, right? So that's why, according to me,
Yeah.
between they were expensive and they were meant to be played by royalty, maybe.
Okay, we keep
Yeah.
this one, yeah. Let's try to next.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's expensive.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, next. According to the professor, what change led to the increased popularity of pianos in the 80s? I choose individuals in Europe were becoming wealthier. What about the others?
For me also that one.
Individuals in Europe were
Individuals in
becoming wealthier.
in
Yeah.
Europe, right?
Me too.
Yeah. The same, yeah. Okay, next.
Yeah. Same.
According to the professor, what role did pianos play in Europe society? Choose to answer. I choose they indicate a family's level of wealth. They provided recreation, apa nih? Recreational activity for families. Recreational, it's synonym with entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertain, yes.
This is the second one said by the man. The first
The
one,
first one, which one?
the first one, they indicate a family's level of wealth.
Okay, me too. How about you, Kanavita?
Same.
Same, yeah? Okay, good.
Next one. What was an advantage of for hands piano?
Yeah. What do you choose?
I don't listen it actually. You may choose, friends, guys.
What about you, Kanavita? The last question. What is your answer?
I confused with there's a two possibility answers. The first one is it allowed family members to play the piano together. And the second one, sometimes the four-hand piano, they play it because there are some complicated pieces, so they cannot play just by one person, but it needs two person to play it.
So
I mean, that's what
it allows family members to play the piano together because more than one, right? More than one people.
Yeah, because the other answer is it let piano players perform complicated pieces. That's why
Which
I
one
confused
your answer?
between these two.
So we can conclude the answer is
Oh.
C. It allows family members to play the piano together because just now
Okay.
I heard
Yeah,
that
I have listened again, and then
it could be
maybe
played with
one. It could be played by musicians.
people,
It could be it could
two
be
players.
played by two people for one piano, right?
Right.
So it means that yeah, it seems like it allows family members to play the piano together.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. I have just listened. I listened twice, but only for the last one. Okay.
So now we wait.
We only do that, right? Or we need to do another task again?
I'm not sure. I think this one only.
Kakak Miss Feby. Or
I think it's Miss Emma. Miss Emma.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
How
We
can I
just
help
do.
you?
We want to ask. We just doing
activity
what
3.
activity 3 only.
Right now, yes. It's only
Oh, okay.
for activity 3.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
Miss Febe will let you know when you should back to the main room.
Okay,
No.
Miss.
Why are you hiding, Miss Emma?
Why are you asking, Kakak Alfi?
Okay.
Sorry, Miss Emma.
Just kidding, Miss Emma.
So we have to back.
Yeah, just waiting.
Let's wait. So nice to meet you, Kakak Ori. Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you
You
too.
join us
Nice to
only
meet you too.
November. Yeah.
We is one frame, yeah. Kakak Eci, you and Kakak Flora. In the picture.
Yeah.
Frame.
It's the picture. Yeah. See you in the main room.
Okay.
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 Just a second.
You have 10 seconds.
All right, guys, how was it? How's the discussion going? Has everyone discussed the whole
Yes,
numbers?
Miss.
That's great.
But in our group.
Not until. Okay.
Yeah, Kakak
Not
Flora,
all.
go ahead.
No, please go ahead, Jack. Justia.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you have the audio. I also give you like the answer. So you have based on your like in your discussion, did you guys like understanding each other? Like, why is it the correct answer? Do the answer
Yes.
analysis. All right, I put similar practice like in activity 4, but you can do it with your own. But this time, I gave you guys like the answer analysis, and you just have to put which option belongs to which explanation. like in this case, you guys discuss the answer analysis yourself. You see why this is correct, why this is incorrect. But then in activity 4, you can try to open it now. We don't do it in class. You can do it later in your own time, but it's good to understand like this answer analysis. It helps you not only knowing the exact answer, but also like the strategize like how you choose your answer if you ran out of like ideas, like you don't do note taking completely. Yeah, you can use this as a practice. Okay, guys can go to activity 5 actually. Try open activity 5 in Sagol and Learning and see if you can see the materials there. And if you do practice with these materials, please do your note taking and see if you can like guess, the correct answer based on your notes. Because in the real test, you're gonna have to depend on your ears and your notes only. And then with these tips, you can like learn how to strategize your answer. Can everyone see activity 5? Yes?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Okay. Please download. I heard some people usually didn't know like there's a downloadable material there. You can click, there's an instruction, click here to download activity 5. And then when you click, you can open and see if you are in the right file. There is answer analysis there. There's important information on which are the correct answer and the checklist indicating the correct answer, and then the XXX indicating the answer that is wrong. And then you see from the options, for example, A is the correct answer. There's the analysis there. You can use it as a guide, like do this with all type of questions and see if you're getting more familiar with detailed questions and the answer analysis. All right, guys. The audio is also there. Use it with the audio. Use the audio and then use these local materials in your own time, okay? And the tips I gave you, I'm gonna post this one in your chat box, and then I'm gonna make it available for 1 hour. You guys can download this with the answer, the one that I promised to share with you. Can you see in the chat box, there is a link there?
Need access. Yes.
Try refresh it.
We need access.
Try to refresh again. I see
Okay.
some people already access.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
good. Yes, you can download it. I give you the answer there. Download and use it for your guide. You can use it for practice daily. Listen to the audio. These tips are not only for this listening lectures, but it also apply to like different type of lectures. These are just tips to help you guys. So keep it in your journal and then use activity 4 for your answer analysis and try to answer it. Like I'm gonna share the correct answer as well. I'm gonna share it to you guys maybe what day today? Okay, I'm gonna give it to tutor in like tomorrow's study session. If you're in like Tuesday study session, you can go there. I'm gonna give it to the tutor in charge, and they're gonna share the answer key with you guys, so you can use it for your practice as well. Okay, and then for Thursday group as well. But if you can't, just put it in the group, and I'll provide the link through the group. Okay, guys, that's it for today's session. Thank you so much for your time. We're gonna take a picture. Okay. Miss Emma, are you with us? Can you take a picture for us?
Okay, miss. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Nice. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Feby.
you,
Thank
Miss
you, Miss
Phoebe.
Emma.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you, Miss
Emma.
you,
Phoebe.
Miss.
Bye-bye. See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everyone.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Nice to meet you.